YouTube, Chicken Schnubby here with a review of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Legacy Communicator Tommy Oliver edition, because Tommy always needs his own edition of things because he's Tommy. It's the only reason. But anyway, so this is the first retail release of the Legacy Communicator Toy. The Tommy Oliver edition, the green and white ranger, was supposed to release alongside the normal one, but stores have not gotten the normal one yet. I believe you can get the normal edition of Legacy Communicator through Entertainment Earth right now, but it has not been seen actually at Toys R Us stores yet. The UK has both of them already, I believe. But over here in the US, we only have this one as of right now. So this is actually a really neat toy, and one that was really sought after. Now, prop makers, bless them, have given us really awesome communicator props in the past. But this one is fully made by Bandai, and you can pick it up right at your store. No need for eBay or anything like that. And Saban and Bandai started going after prop makers every now and then. So we have an official retail release of a communicator toy, and it's really cool. There's lights, there's sounds, and it is pretty accurate to the show. It's a little bit bulkier than the ones in the show, but at the very least. So here's the Green Ranger side showing off all that. The White Ranger side showing off that look. Then on the back, it's premium diecast, lights and sounds, color bands, cool. So this one is a little bit different than the normal release. Obviously, the normal release is going to have the 5 main Rangers as the color bands. This one only has green and only has white. But this one has exclusive sounds. Tommy, we need your help, and other useless Zordon phrases, but we will get to that shortly. So let's go ahead and get this open. I did pick this up at my local Toys R Us for $79.99. I used a coupon because I am cheap and wouldn't spend $79.99 on this toy, and we will get to that shortly. Yes, that is an R-Zone security tag stuck to the bottom of my box because my Toys R Us didn't want to use spider wraps and instead used the stupid little security tag that's now on my box, and I'm scared to peel it any further than that. So it's going to sit there for a while until I feel comfortable trying to get that out. But anyway, here is the presentation of this box, and I really love the presentation. It's one of those like slide out boxes, as you can see, and I like that a lot. It kind of adds a little bit of a sort of premium quality to it. That kind of makes it feel a little bit like actual jewelry, which is kind of neat. And there's cat hair all over this already because my cat's just shed everywhere. So if we get that out of the way, get out of here, box. Get that out of the way. Take this piece of plastic off. We see the toy and the 2 white color bands. So I'm going to go ahead and take everything out of here. Alright, so here is the Legacy Communicator Toy, and right off the bat, I have to say they did a pretty phenomenal job on this toy. And I do have one of Starlight Studios, a really awesome prop maker, one of their communicator replicas from way back. This was like one of their first or second generation of the communicator prop, and I will compare those. The later ones they released were a lot closer to this, with the option to have the little yellow set button and all that. But anyway, here is the actual toy, and it's pretty great. I'll definitely say that it looks nice. The biggest issue I have is how thick this portion right here is, the actual watch face. It's just really thick. I'm going to go ahead and bring in the Starlight Studios one right now. And so as you can see, they did a pretty, Starlight Studios rather, did a pretty nice job originally. They had these little lumps on the side that weren't part of the actual prop, and there was no green inside. Like I said, this is one of like the first generations of Starlight Studios communicators. But at the very least, it was great for its time, and as you can see, it's a lot thinner in that portion, and this is pretty close to the actual size of the one in the show in terms of thickness, because they just made the communicators out of the Da Vinci clock face or watch face, I think, or was Da Vinci the bands? I don't remember. Most people know by now. It's fine. Whatever. So here is that. So obviously it's a lot thicker to house all the electronics because, like I said, there is LEDs and a bunch of sounds. And there's a little watch dial on the side, just like in the show. It doesn't do a darn thing, but you can turn it if you want to. Right out of the bat, right out of the box, I don't know why I said bat, right off the bat would have been the correct term, but anyhow. Inside here is a little insert right when you take it out of the box, so you do have to unscrew that completely to take the insert out, put the battery back in, and close that. I had a heck of a time trying to line up the battery properly. Every time I'd screw it back in, it would stop sounding. So I eventually got it to line up properly. Hopefully it doesn't make a fool of me. But here we are. So like I said, it looks really, really nice. In terms of fit, right off the box, I don't know what is wrong with me. It's late. But anyhow, like right out of the box, it fit me okay. Trying to get it on is honestly a little bit of a pain in the butt, because you kind of have to loop it around this latch right here. And it's a lot easier said than done. Now granted, I'm probably just being really dumb. Because, I mean, to be honest, that's me normally. It's just me being dumb. But it is definitely not the easiest thing to do in the world. Because of the clamp, you can't just sort of, like, weasel it in. Right? Weasel it in. I use weird terms for things. Alright, so I finally got it in. And you just clamp that down. I have really odd-shaped wrists. I'm not going to lie. So there's a bit of a gap, because there's no actual way this would fit me normally. Now, actually, if you push it really hard, it kind of does. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of extra gap in there. So I just kind of put it up on my wrist a little bit more, and it doesn't really slide around all that much. So it fits comfortably. Now, if you want to modify the straps on these, all you have to do, I'm going to go ahead and take it off now. Spent all that time trying to get it on. Now I'm going to take it off. But all you have to do is take it to a jeweler, and they have a little tool that can get that pin out right there and shorten the segment by 1. It's not that hard to do. I had them do it for my Starlight Studios one way back. So it's not that difficult to do. You just take it to any jeweler. Why can't I say that word? And we'll go ahead and do that for you if they are nice and such. So not too hard to modify to fit your wrists. In terms of changing the actual bands, just push. Not that hard. Just push, and that pops right out. You can leave it blank if you absolutely want to. I don't know why you would want to, but you can. And so those just pop right out, and you can go ahead and replace it with the white ones. If you, like me, are a more White Ranger kind of dude, then the Green Ranger, well, you just go ahead and line those up. The big thick part right here goes against the upper portion. This one right here is a little bit more difficult to figure out which way it goes, but as you can see, that is wrong. So you just flip it around, and that will pop right into place there. And now your communicator is sporting the White Ranger design. So as you can see right on here, there is no on and off button. I kind of wish this dial was actually sort of like an on and off slider. Because there's obviously going to be situations where you don't really want the sound to be on, just in case that button gets hit. But at the very least, there really is no on and off for this. It is always on. But regardless, you just hit the set button, and you got the iconic communicator noise, obviously. You hit it again, you will get a Zordon phrase.
Tommy, we need your help.
Do we? And then hit it one more time to hear the iconic teleportation noise. Which is really cool. I'm not a huge fan of the Zordon phrases, mostly because if it is David Fielding, he didn't really do his Zordon voice all that good, or the encoding just made it really sound bad. It just doesn't really sound Zordon to me. It sounds very like fake Zordon. But so I'm not a huge fan of the phrases. I kind of wish there was either a mode change gimmick to where you could do the phrases or the sounds, just so you could hit the button and hear the doot 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 doot, and then hit the button again and do a teleportation noise or something like that. I don't know. There's all sorts of things I want from this that I'm just not really going to get. But at the very least, there are several different Zordon phrases. I think there's 4 or 5. So we'll go ahead and cycle through those.
Tommy, the Power Rangers are in trouble. You must join them in the park immediately. Tommy, you don't have enough power to continue. Teleport back
That's the phrase I was talking about there. The white bands didn't really make sense because we're talking about the weakening Green Ranger powers, but at the very least. Now, I don't know what's up with that. I mean, obviously it's Alpha going, aye. That's not the question. Question is why it sort of drags out and just abruptly stops. Like he was, aye. That's Alpha mixed with Grandpa from Jackie Chan Adventures. And no one needs that in their lives. So, I don't know what's up with that clip exactly, but whatever. There we go. Failure, like you can't teleport, a little error noise. So, there's all sorts of cool things in here. I like the error noise inclusion. I like the phrases. I like the concept of the phrases. I just wish there was a mode switch or something to where you could like play with it without the phrases or with the phrases. I don't know. That's just me, though. I know a lot of people are probably going to like the phrases, and that's fine. But as it stands, this is a really awesome toy. Now, unfortunately, $80 is a lot of money. And also, unfortunately, I don't remember how much I actually spent on the Starlight Studios replica or how much more accurate replicas cost at the time because of this toy. They started kind of going after the Communicator replicas, and so you can't really get them too easy anymore. So I'm not really sure how much those cost. $80 is a lot, but when you factor in, you are getting a pretty screen-accurate communicator, other than the bulkier size and stuff for the electronics. You're getting... Oh, that happens if you wait long enough too, the little air noise. But if I don't know what I was saying. So the $80 price tag, that's what I was saying. If you think that's a little bit too much to spend, I used a coupon and a $5 reward certificate. I got this for $62, which I think is honestly just a reasonable price. There's a lot of metal in this. The only parts being plastic are the set button, the color inserts, and this section right down here. They decided to make it plastic, obviously to not electrocute you or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how elements work, but... So there's a lot of metal on this thing, so the price, I think, is kind of justified for a really nice, with working sounds, working lights, communicator prop. It's really great. Now, whether you want to get this one or the other one, obviously the other one is worth it a little bit more because it's not so Tommy-centric. The phrases are probably going to be a little bit more generic. And the bands, obviously you're going to get 5 sets of bands instead of 2. So the other one is kind of a lot more worth the money. But if you're a huge Tommy fan and you want the green and white bands, don't really care about the other bands, go ahead and pick this up. Like I said, it's at Toys R Us right now. It's hitting pretty much everywhere. I like it. I don't regret the purchase like I thought I was going to. So it's a plus for me. I don't know if I'm going to get the normal one when it hits Toys R Us. I might, just to check it out and see what those sounds are. Plus, I kind of want a red one to wear because I like the color red. I might even switch this up and do one white band and one green band, just because that would be kind of cool, maybe, but I don't know. Anyhow, I am rambling. This is a really awesome toy, or collectible, or piece of jewelry. I don't know what you want to call it, really. But it is really good at the end of the day. If you're a fan of Tommy, you don't have a Communicator replica from the past, or just want one that is with lights and sounds, this is for you. How much you want to spend is completely up to you, but I think this at a $60 price point, this is absolutely justified, and I think you can make a pretty solid argument at the $80 price point too, even though that is a lot to spend on a toy watch. But at the very least, I like it a lot more than I thought I was going to, so it is a hit for me. So that about does it for this review. If you like it, go ahead and blast that like button, comment below, and subscribe for more. So as always, thanks for watching, take care, and have a great one. Bye.